Hey guys, what is up? Ray Mage here doing another World of Tanks 360 review. Today guys, we're going to go up the American Heavy line. This will be the beginning of that. And we will start off at Tier 7 with the T29 Heavy Tank. This is a heavy tank you will find in most people's garages at some point in time because they play against these things. They want to have one and they see how dominant they can be. This is a heavy tank that punches well above its tier. It's very good for its tier. And this is a kind of tank that can bottom tier, and usually it's not a big deal for it, just so long as you play it correctly. Let's go ahead and look at the packages. Stock, it comes with a 720 horsepower engine. You will get a 76mm M1A2 gun, same gun used on the Shermans, 16.67 rounds a minute, 128 pen, and 115 average damage. The aiming time is 2.29, and you will get accuracy of 0.40. The tracks will give you 20 degrees of traverse per second, and their turret will be 279mm in the front, 127 on the sides, and 101 in the rear. Traverse speed is about 26 degrees per second, and the view range is 330 meters. I have never played this tank stock, and I can tell you right now, back in the beta days, this was one of the most grueling tanks to grind through stock. So if you're coming from the Jumbo Sherman and you have not gone up to the M6, I suggest it because they have made a change since the beta. Now, as long as you have gone through the M6 and you have the 90mm gun on the M6, or if you're like me, if you went all the way through the American Heavies and researched the 90mm gun on the T20 or on the M26 Pershing, then this option here will give you the 90mm gun, which will give you 7.89 rounds a minute, 160 pen, 240 average damage, 2.29 aim time, and 0.37 accuracy. I would recommend not playing this tank stock if you have the option. Go through the M6 or research the 90mm on the other medium tanks. This will make the grind, the stock grind if you will, a lot more bearable. You at least now have a heavy tank gun that works. The 90mm gun, while it's okay for a heavy tank, it is still a bit anemic, but it does make it a lot more easier to get to this package, which is the package that will really breathe in some life into this tank, and you'll start seeing some potential. You'll get a 760 horsepower engine. We already talked about the 90mm gun. You will get a new set of tracks, which will give you 25 degrees of traverse per second, and the new turret, the numbers are almost exactly the same when it comes to, actually they are the same when it comes to the armor and traverse speed. The only difference is the view range. At this point, the tank is a lot more mobile. You can move around more. You are more maneuverable. And as I talked about earlier, the 90mm gun will actually elevate itself a little bit more because, you know, since you can now pivot a lot more quickly, you can turn to deal with targets and threats more often. And the 90mm gun is adequate for this tier and at this point. But this is where you want to be. Fully upgraded, you will get a new 800 horsepower engine, a 105mm T5E1 gun. If you have played the M46 Patton, you are very familiar with this gun, since this is I guess you could say, the predecessor to the M46's version. It will come with 5.26 rounds a minute, 198 pen, 320 average damage, 2.29 aim time, 0.41, 0.42 accuracy. This tank is extremely deadly for its tier. It is a tank that can bottom tier, does not complain. It's just a robust heavy tank. It's hard to go wrong with it. Side scraping is encouraged. It is fine for that. You do have to watch your lower glacis plate and the machine gun port from the front. Most tanks are going to aim for those. The other tanks, such as Yak Panthers, KV-1Ss, and other T29s, they're going to have guns that are powerful enough to punch through the hull of this thing. Otherwise, you want to play hull down. If you play hull down, this is an extremely deadly tank if you play it accordingly. I'm going to go ahead and switch to some gameplay. I'll catch you guys back here in a moment. Okay guys, here's the battle. This is encounter on Insk. Let's go ahead and talk about equipment to run on the T29 Heavy Tank. I decided to go ahead and run vents. I ran the gun rammer, and you could consider a vertical stabilizer, but I decided to go ahead and... This is the first heavy tank, by the way, I have ever really bothered trying to play. So I decided to go ahead and run spall liner, and the reason I ran it was because it protects me, gives me additional protection from nearby artillery, HE explosions, or HE splash. I have learned from playing this tank that a lot more arty will target you just because they know you're a heavy. You're not going to get away as easily. You're not going to be as maneuverable. Some may even consider running a vertical stabilizer, but I figure, you know, you're not moving a whole lot, and that's only going to be helping. Vertical stabilizers is only going to be helpful with your aim time, dispersion, and that's only when you're going from point A to point B, getting to cover, running from maybe hill to hill, trying to stay hull down. But I don't know. I didn't have much use for it here. Might consider it for the T32, but the thing to remember when you are playing this tank, already does target you. I feel like they target me a lot more often in this tank, and it's just because this tank isn't amazingly quick. You do see here, it does get up to speed quick enough, but it is not... It doesn't take corners on the dime. It is not a zigzagging kind of heavy tank. It's not that maneuverable, but it's quick enough getting to where it needs to be. Point A to point B, you use your armor to bounce shots. You're not trying to get, you know, outmaneuver anybody. You see here I get around the corner, get hit by the Cromwell, and I'm able to pivot quick enough, turn around, hit him with the 105, about 300, almost 330 damage. He hits me again, bounces once more. I think he hits my tracks. And I'm actually going to push up, and I wanted to push right up and hit him, but I didn't want to do that because I figured I was going to get crossed. I knew his teammates were sitting back. So I decided to wait a little bit, and sure enough, he does start moving. I eventually hit him right in the back, finish him off. Some people may prefer the vertical stabilizer, though. I'm not going to try to say it's not an option to consider, but for me, the way I play, I don't know, I just didn't see much of a point to using it. I just decided I'd rather have the spall liner to give me some kind of edge against artillery shots that land near me. At least then I don't have to get tracked as often. Around the corner here, easy kill here on the Sherman. He was pretty much near death. You can see there, the on-move accuracy isn't horrible. I can work with it. I mean, I don't count on it, but I feel it's manageable. Go ahead and move up here. We got the flank. I hit this Churchill 7 right into his side. Took a nice chunk of his health, 300, almost 380 damage, 379 to be exact. Reloading. I'm wanting to hit that IS. Fortunately, that 122 isn't pointed in my direction, so I'm very thankful. I do put one shot in him through the wall here. Take a nice chunk of his health off, and I'm just trying to play a position. I don't want to do anything silly. There's no sense in me running out there. Play my spot. I got the armor to sit here a little bit. There's no artillery, so I don't have to be worried about getting shelled. I see the Churchill 7 push him once more. He does pen me. I go ahead and plant one in him. He goes ahead and pens me again. Reload. Decide to get up right up close to him because I didn't want him to turn, and so I can keep aside. Go ahead and kill him. And I am now moving forward because it looks like they have our original spawn. And you'll see here I do stop right here at the truck, and I don't know why I was hiding behind it. You know, they can shoot through it, but I go ahead and fire a shot over the hood of that truck and finish off that VK. You can see this gun is reasonably accurate at distance. Don't count on this thing to be able to hit everything at long distance, which goes ahead and ties into what I was going to talk about. When you do play matches where you are top tier, play the tank as you see I'm here doing, but always be looking for spots where you can go hull down. I'm using some of these trains, you know, to kind of give me some cover in case somebody is trying to shoot me from the other side of the tracks. Gives me a little opportunity. I actually was able to kind of sneak that shot in on that T29 as he passed through. I didn't think I was going to hit him, but it was doable. You should always be going hull down because this kind of tank will catch you out in the open. The Black Prince, it looks like he has a 17-pounder gun. He starts penning me and just wears me out, and I don't want to get DPM'd by him. Tried to take a shot here, wasn't very accurate enough. Poor shot on my part. And I'm backing up, and he just steadily is penning me. And this is why you want to have a hull down position. I made a mistake there, got a little too aggressive and overconfident, came back and bit me. I do around the corner here, and I am able to make an accurate shot to kill him. Team decides to cap out, but whatever. They just didn't want to kill them all. Okay, no big deal. Next week, I do plan to hopefully have the T32 up and running. I hope to have it ready for review. If not, no big deal. I will have a skills and perks video. I do have a nice gameplay ready for that. Alright guys, I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.